I'm a bit taller than Demogorgon if he stands straight up. Are you taller or shorter than Germa? I'm average height, guys. If someone's tall, they're probably taller than me. And if someone's a bit short, they're probably shorter than me. Could you beat Demo in a fight then? Yeah, I could. Even as a shorter person, I could. Alright. Right, so let's talk about our boy the Demogorgon. Demogorgon, again, fits in the category of regular killer. He has normal terror radius, although he has a funky little music going on. Normal launch, normal movement speed, normal everything. So you can play him as a normal killer if you've already learned the basics, or you can have him be one of your first killers. And that would be okay. You would learn the basics of the game quite well. He does have a very cool power with multiple aspects to it. He reminds me a bit of Pig in that he is a jack of all trades but master of none. He's not the best stealth killer, but has a bit of stealth when he traverses his portals. He doesn't have the best mobility, but he does have some mobility when he goes through these portals across the map. And he doesn't have the best chasing power, but he does have a pretty good one. So he's not a killer that you're going to immediately be extremely good at. You'll have to master all of these things before you really do well with him. But if you do and you're patient, he is very, very good and quite strong. Now, the perks that he comes with. Search is pretty good. Unfortunately, it only triggers on basic attacks. So if you use your power, any power in the game, this perk does not trigger. Unfortunately. But other than that, it's a very decent perk. Generators around you, you hit them, you hit survivors, they start going down and they lose a bit of progress. It's awesome. Works well on many killers. Mindbreaker's been buffed recently and it's okay-ish. If you have a survivor on a generator and they get off, they will never be able to sprint burst away or dead hard or balance landing immediately. You will have the peace of mind knowing that you can hit that survivor and they can't do any funny tricks. Unfortunately, Cruel Limits is not as nice as the other two perks. It's a really bad perk. When a generator is completed, the stuff around them gets blocked, the windows. But typically this is not very useful. If you don't want to take my word for it, use it a few times, you'll see that it doesn't really help. When a generator is completed, typically survivors, you have no business being there. You definitely want to focus on the other remaining generators, so this is not a super good perk. So keeping that in mind, I would probably recommend that you just replace it. Much like Surge, Sloppy Butcher only works on normal attacks, but it's a good perk, so we could put it on. And our final perk here, a bit tricky. We could run Whispers to know where to go. We could run Bitter Murmur to have information through the match. Yeah, you could also bring No One Skips Death, and that wouldn't be terrible. I think I'm gonna stick to Bitter Murmur because it's a nice little perk. As for add-ons, he's got add-ons that increase all different parts of his kit. If you want to go the safe way, honestly, Blackheart, Barb's Glasses, you cannot go wrong. Barb's Glasses makes you recover 15% faster after breaking a pallet with your shred. And Blackheart makes you recover 15% faster after shredding someone with your power. Both of them are completely good. They're not situational add-ons, they're going to help you in every match. So if you want to go safe, you can go with that. Some of the other add-ons have more funky, complex effects, but they're also pretty good overall. He has a really, really good set of add-ons. So basically, playing Demogorgon is going to be about understanding when you can use his limited stealth, keeping in mind that you can use your portals for mobility sometimes. You don't need to do it every time. And then being very, very good at using his power in chase and understanding all of his little quirks. And it's honestly a power it's a rather show power rather than a tell. So there's not too much to say about it. When you hold your power open, after doing that for 1 second, you can launch yourself forward at incredible speed. And it's like a dash attack where you propel yourself forward. If you come in contact with a survivor, you will injure them or down them if they were already injured. If you come in contact with a pallet, you will shred through it and recover after a second. And if you bash yourself into a wall, you have a little cooldown, which is not the biggest deal. You can also use your shred to launch yourself from platforms. Because your shred propels you forward so fast, if you're in an elevated position, you can use the shred to quickly launch yourself forward and land much further than you would normally if you just dropped and walked. And that's pretty much it. That's all there is to his power. Seems fairly simple, the offensive part, but yeah, using it all is a bit complex. Sometimes you need to use it and fake it. Sometimes the survivors will try to dodge it. Sometimes the survivors will go into a straight line. So yeah, much like hunters, you'll learn how to identify each playstyle and look for little cues to make sure that you don't mess up. He's a lot easier than hunters, however, so you got that going for you. Let's load into a match and show you what he's made of. His main power, 100%, is his shred. If you take away the portals from Demogorgon, he's still okay. If you take away his stealth from Demogorgon, he's still okay. If you take away the shred from Demogorgon, he's the most basic, worst killer in the game. Also, the activated portals are killer instinct. Yeah, you're right. We should explain that. We'll do it as we start. That way I can show the colors. Tinker is fine on him, yeah. Alright, let's spend some points, maybe. Oh, okay, whatever. Why not say that was for last? Guys, I'm using basic perks that every survivor will have upon unlocking this killer. For every killer. That's why. Hey, Impious Gaming, thank you so much. I appreciate the many months of support. Alright, good luck. You're missing the demo's perk. Gloop, I just explained the perk and told you people that they probably shouldn't run it if they have nothing else. Don't worry, Rico, I'll explain that. Do you have crossplay enabled? In the FAQ, you know all my settings. Hey, Beef. How would you rank Nemesis perk? 4 out of 5 stars. I think overall they're pretty okay. Yeah, 3, 4 out of perk. Hysteria I don't like very much. The other two I think are pretty decent. Would Big River and Crow Limits be together? It wouldn't be bad, kid. It wouldn't be bad. I'm still gonna go with this. Because Crow Limits is a very passive perk. I don't think you should bring it or try to rely on it, so I'm not even gonna bother. No problem, Gloop. Right, so let's talk about the Demo's portals. The Demo's portals have 2 states. When you place them on the ground, they'll appear white to you. These are inactive portals. The inactive portals are there to be used later. You can come out of the portal or go through the portal. It can be the start or the end of your traveling. And the portal will be white until it is used to come in or come out of. While a portal is white, it's basically useless. It doesn't really do anything. And you can see it, but the survivors cannot see it. Once a portal has been out of the use, however, you'll notice that they turn yellow. And yellows are active portals. Active portals have 2 special, maybe 3 special abilities to them. Number 1, the survivors can see them, and they can come and spend a few seconds cleansing it and destroying it. Sometimes they'll do it, sometimes they won't. And also active portals, when you are holding your power, they will detect survivors. So if this portal right now was yellow instead of white, and I did this, I would hear a little heartbeat indicating that someone's nearby. While a survivor is cleansing a portal, they don't hear your turret radius, so you can catch them off guard. They are oblivious to your presence. And also, alright, we're just gonna go for a basic attack here. We'll apply Sloppy Butcher and whatnot. And also, concerning... that was a bit bad. Hold up. Oh, wow. That was a shred, but he tossed the pallet too late. While you go through the portal yourself, you are stealthy. They'll hear a noise, and they'll know that you use a portal, but they will not know exactly where you are. When you emerge from the portal, you will be stealthy for a little bit as well. Now, let's say that I really want to stay by this area. There's a little trick that you can do. You can put 2 portals close together and leave one inactive so the survivors don't know about it. Let me demonstrate real quick. I guess not just yet. Okay, survivors are going here. Adam wants to get hit because he enjoys my claws. Cool. We just hit the survivor and that gen's going back because of Surge. Nice. So, yeah. We have 2 portals close to each other. I'm going to activate this one. And now this portal, and the one I'm going to, will turn yellow. And I am undetectable. And when I come out, for a few seconds, I am stealthy. So if there was a survivor right here, we might be able to spook them. It doesn't seem like there's anybody though. So that's fine. Now that portal, they will see and hear, and they can cleanse it. But if they do that, it doesn't matter because I put 2 in that one area that I'm really interested in. So even if they cleanse this one, I would have a backup. That's something you can do if you want it. I'm gonna try to hit this guy with Surge. That way that gen will regress again. And now I can go for them. Okay. It's a little bit difficult to land shreds. Oh, wow, I did that too early. It's a little bit difficult to land shreds from up close, but there is a trick to it. I'll explain. I also didn't explain something really important about shreds. If you hold it for a second, you do a very short shred. If you hold it for a little bit longer, the shred is actually much, much longer. The speed, I think, is the same. I'm not very sure about the speed, actually. I'm not sure if it changes, but you definitely go further. So, something to keep in mind. You need to get good at charging enough to hit the survivor, but if they're not super far, you don't need to fully charge it. It might be a bad idea. You might waste too much time. There, I think I just charged it perfectly, enough to hit him, but not too long so that he successfully dropped the pallet. So that was nice. There we go. Many of your chases will be this. Survivor's getting to... Now, the reason I could do that very quickly is because I paid attention to his medkit. His medkit, or any item they hold, when they do an action like vaulting a window, it disappears. So I didn't have to hesitate because I knew that that was going to happen. Unfortunately, some survivors don't have items, and it's not so clear what they're doing at any given time. And they might bait you. They might walk by a window, you'll attack, and they just run past it. So if that happens, well, it sucks a bit. Well, these guys are being some real janitor warriors. Unfortunately, they have decided... This guy, twice, has decided to do gens instead of healing. So I'm gonna have to punish that. Now, I'm gonna give you a little trick in case you want to hit a survivor from really close up. You see this hit right now? This is a normal hit without a lunge. You cannot lunge while you carry someone. If you want to hit a survivor with your shred at close distance, imagine that you're carrying someone and that you cannot lunge. And hit them around the same time. The hitbox is actually really wide. You might want to explain, keep tabbing them too so survivors don't know when to tab. Oh, you mean like fake it so that survivors drop a pallet or something? Yeah, you can fake it and the survivors will see... I hit a wall. And the survivors will see you open your jaws. And let me demonstrate how you can travel distances with Demogorgon. Yeah, that's a small demonstration. We can do it from a hill later. There's a hill here? Yeah, we can show it. Good enough. He fell for it? Okay. Do you walk slower? Yes. The Demogorgon moves at 115, when you hold your power, you move at, I think, after the latest update, I think it's 95%. So it's a bit slower than survivors. It doesn't matter because it's for very, very short. So you can go after the survivor, do this for a second, and then shred away. However, you don't want to do this. You don't want to chase. If I do this, the survivor will literally gain distance on me. So you don't want to do this. One thing you can do, however, is do something like this. You could put a portal next to a point of interest. Let's get some points. This is an event. And then activate it. Let's activate it right now. And then I can hold my power and I'll see if there's a heartbeat. See? That indicates that a survivor is right there. I could teleport back if I was quick enough or whatever. That's the killer instinct heartbeat. That survivor does not know that I'm coming because they are oblivious. Now they cleansed it, they probably will hear me. There they are. Alright, cool. We're gonna try to notice if she's got any item. And if she does, we'll look for it when she's at a window. We're too slow for that. She does have a flashlight. That was a great fake by her. But because we have her fully charged, we can actually reach her at the end of the shack. Crazy, huh? She's very good. I think she's right back there. Nice. But yeah, as you can see, the Demogorgon from my chat has a small cult following, which is really fun. It's a fun killer to play and a fun killer to play around, mostly. That was a great bait again. Nice. Alright, we recover from that pretty quickly though. Sorry about that. Now, are there any other super important things about Demogorgon? Your normal attack, if you don't have any add-ons or perks that affect it, your normal attack and your shred are basically the same speed and the same recovery. So if you have a survivor in front of you, go for a normal attack. Especially if you have a perk like Sloppy Butcher that only activates with normal basic attacks. However, because I'm using the add-ons to recover quicker with my shred, it's actually advantageous to do this shit. Oh, there she is. I think I just heard her. I kind of want to let her go, but I don't even know where she went. Nice. Lock her? Nah, she'll go in. Ah, she can go. She can go. Maybe we can discuss other things in the meantime. Thanks for giving me permission, but nah, you can get her. Unfortunately, some maps... Yeah, I think it's worth talking about it. Some maps have invisible walls that kind of kill your fun. Let me show you. I think this map has an invisible wall in the main building. I'm gonna try to yeet myself out. That's super lame. But as I'll show you in the hill, that doesn't happen. So most of the times, if you're in an elevated position, as I said, using your shred is a good idea to catch up. Right, so if there was a survivor right there and I wanted to catch up, I can just charge up my shred and do this. And you can make quite a lot of distance in some maps, so that's really nice. We explained that shred goes through pallets. We explained that you get slowed down for a little bit. Is there anything else about demo that's worth talking about? We've already explained that if you... Oh yeah, that's very simple. When you are choosing different portals to teleport to and from, you need to stand on the portal and then choose which one you go for. I thought this was very simple, but yeah. There's a little arrow that tells you which one you're gonna teleport to. Make sure you teleport to the correct one, or else, you know, you might end up being somewhere where you don't want to be. And after that, I think we've covered almost everything. It's a good idea to put some portals next to some generators so that you can track them. And if survivors waste time doing them, that's good too. Thanks. Oops, I missed. And yeah. Oh, you ladies can leave. Alright. And now we're going to escape the trial, everybody. Please make way for my fast ass. Oh wow, I found sulfur! Alright, off you go. Yeah, I believe we covered basically everything. When you traverse a portal, there's a little cooldown before you can use it again. Yeah, that's about it. You can hit survivors through windows a little bit, so pay attention to their items. Alright, you got me. And try not to fall for baits. It's very common as a beginner demo for you to shred a bit too early. Survivors will take advantage of that. Sometimes it's okay to just hold it, and let go. Or do it last second to make sure you hit it. Alright, well, I'm glad chat enjoyed and got a kick out of that. Fun survivors, everybody.